Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning.
Hello everyone, just your favorite Friar here to tell you about the third Blaze Epic game that I played, Jump Boxer. And let me just speak to Blaze Epic here for a minute. Look, it's so fucking difficult. More, please? Well, the real problem is that it's incredibly frustrating. The enemies have no real rhyme or reason to their attack patterns. The mid-level combat can be summed up as do anything to the red guys, keep the blue guys at a distance, and then mash and mash and mash against the guys that look like Underground Fight Club Rambo. And there are instant death homeless spikes everywhere. Frankly put, the whole game is a fucking death trap, and don't blame your audience for not being hardcore gamers that transcend the PC master race / class. Yeah, we tenacious types are quite hard to come by these days. Well, the best part about the game is that it has realistic control and free-running physics for the main character. It's a serious challenge and an absolute joy to play when the game is only about platforming. You see, the last game was better flowing, with freeform puff jumping and more open environments to explore, and enemy attack patterns that actually made sense. Sure, after a while the combat got old, but Blaze's very first game was all about the combat. The second game was about wacko bananas ninja jumps. This game combines free running with instant death homeless spikes, trash cans, and Chinese warriors appearing from out of nowhere, which kinda makes me wonder if it's more supernatural stuff or if the main character is just on a prolonged drug trip. Possibly both, if I had to guess. The death trap environments, mixed with the true-to-life-ish physics of the main character, make platforming a pixel-perfect nightmare, at times, and the rest of it is just a real test of patience. I feel that the game could have had a better challenge curve, but I also feel that it's fine as is. Overall, it's like I said before, I don't expect people to have the same kind of patience that I had for this game. Also, if anyone cares to notice, earlier I was referring to these games almost like a series, and that's because I feel that the story may be about one person this entire time. Spoilers for Samurai_Jazz. In the first two games, you're basically the same guy. Some city-based swordsman aimlessly wandering around and taking out the mafia. At the end of one, you get to either lay your master's soul to rest after taking down an entire crime syndicate, and or defeat a dark reflection of yourself that stabs you in the back anyway. But seriously, that all could have been in your head, and it's supposed to make you think about upholding your master's honor versus all of the killing that you did in order to get there. Spoilers for Shin Samurai Jazz. Flash forward a few years and you're either dead or a ninja. Possibly both, and now you're back in the city where your master died, and now a pack of undead thugs is running the place. You fight the same 40s-style Yakuza Mafia guys from the first game, now followed by 3 spirits. You take down the last gang, and the 3 spirits take over the world instead. And finally, you need to conquer them back in the name of humanity or something. The spirits basically lose all power, and as one last hearty fuck you to the player, or the Ronin, the 3 spirits basically float off into space and say screw it and cut the entire Earth in half. As for Jump Boxer, I'd say spoilers, but really the entire game is about getting from point A to point B. The game starts, and you look like some hobo that's fighting at shadows. But after a few sections, I passed by some graffiti that was a tribute to the Ronin. My guess was that Ronin either fixed the Earth or he moved to a city where the Earth was still stable, possibly somewhere in urban China, and now, as a senile old man, he free runs around the inner city, and he's either fighting his own hallucinations or the spirits of undead Chinese warriors that are still pissed off for the whole Earth getting cut in half thing, and now everyone's haunting him because they feel he's responsible. Oh, but the main character's name is Dag, and he doesn't wield a sword. Okay, fine, then this guy Dag is just running around a more sunny district of China, the same district that Ronin must have moved to after the Earth got fixed somehow. Look, the game is not bad, but seriously, when the final boss of your game looks like Bruce Lee, anything is possible. Just make the difficulty curve slower and refine the combat a tad more, and make the fighting less random. Or, better yet, take out the fighting entirely and add an inventory system. Then just change the entire system of proceedings into a choose-your-own-adventure style sort of game, where the next few chapters can change depending on what characters get what letters at what time, and you can pick and choose what packages to just drop or get to certain people very early. Dude, Blaze, you actually put all of this time and effort into creating a fantastic climbing and jumping movement system, and then you just turned it into another beat-em-up game with ghosts in it? And now on top of everything else, the combat in this game is not only worse, but it's also mandatory. And frankly, I don't know if that's a bad thing or just annoying. Blaze, you've got serious chops for game making, but a lot more time in the designing and testing phases would do you a ton of good. Get your act together, Blaze, and I'll meet you in the next Oh god, no! No!